We can look patients in the face and say that intravenous antibiotics make no difference to your pneumonia. When it comes to pneumonia, chest congestion, a simple rule of thumb for me, I don't ever have that conversation with families about would you ever not want to treat with antibiotics. Families hate that. You mean my mom's got an infection and we're not going to do everything we can? No. I spell it out that if your dad has pneumonia, I point out that pneumonia in the olden days before antibiotics, in the bad old days before antibiotics, pneumonia was known as the old man's friend. Pneumonia was considered a good way to go. You got sleepier and sleepier and went to sleep and you just didn't wake up in the morning. This is a good thing. And with pneumonia, if you're strong enough to eat and drink and swallow oral antibiotics, chances are you're going to recover. And if you're so weak that you're no longer eating and you're only drinking a tiny bit and you can't swallow pills, you're actually dying. You're dying of end-stage dementia and you happen to have pneumonia because you're not able to breathe or cough. You're not dying of pneumonia, you're dying of end-stage dementia with a congested chest. So I offer antibiotics to everybody. I have the conversation that going to the emergency department and treating with intravenous antibiotics doesn't increase survival. It doesn't change outcome one bit. Oral antibiotics are just as effective as intravenous antibiotics, and we've got some references there for that. Yeah, so that, and treating bladder infections, treating a bladder infection is a comfort measure. If you're strong enough to swallow antibiotics, absolutely we're going to treat you. If you're not strong enough to swallow, you're not dying of your bladder infection, you're just not drinking anything and your urine is so concentrated that it's going to dip positive for everything and grow a bunch of organisms, but that's not why you're dying of end-stage dementia. Yeah. Put death on the table, put it there early, use the D word, say it in words. This is not passing on, this is not going to a better place. Mom is getting ready to die. We'd like to make that as good a process as possible. What would your mom value the most at this time as she's dying? The answers you're going to get are she would never want to suffer. She would want her family close. She wouldn't want to be alone, or she would want to be alone. Let's talk about what your mom would want as she's dying. Let's make this as good a death as we can. When you talk about a good death, it changes the frame for the family from, I don't want this to happen, Dad can't die, to, oh my God, Dad is dying. And it's really important that we be okay with that and not dance around it. Let's just call a spade a spade.